it helps to have a framework where you understand the different ways that value is created. And there are really three dimensions to value. There is economic value, emotional value, and community value. So economic value is fairly straightforward. It basically boils down to, how do I help you make more money? How do I help you reduce costs? How do I help you reduce risk? There's more to it than that, but that's the basics. And emotional value then is, how does using my product or service make you feel? And there's a lot of controversy about how emotional value drivers work. It's an active area of research. But my point of view is that, do you know Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Yeah. So the higher you are supporting Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the more pricing power you have. So let me give you an example of that. One of the world's most successful companies is Apple. And Apple sells very high into Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Think of their Be Creative ads, the way that they say, if you use an Apple, you will be more creative, you will be more successful. Apple I think they still are, but they were the masters at selling high on Maslow's hierarchy of human needs. Another company recently that's been very good at this is the yoga clothing manufacturer Lululemon. If you've ever seen the tote bags that they give out, they're full of aspirational slogans, and Lululemon has worked very hard to sell its emotional value drivers. And then the newer one, which I think is going to be incredibly important to many of us over the next 20 to 30 years, is community value drivers. So technically, a community value driver is an economic externality. And an economic externality is value that neither the buyer nor the seller get, but third parties get. And it can be positive or negative. So pollution is a classic example of a negative externality. But there are lots of positive externalities too, where when two people do something, they create value for a third party. And given the need to address climate change, the need to address nutrition and poverty, there are for many of us, the community value drivers are also important. And depending on the market you're serving, they can actually be among the most important. So this is an even more recent way of thinking about value and pricing than the emotional, but it's really important. So, and I think, by the way, that this applies for B2C as well. So in B2C, people, they still have economic needs. Emotional is incredibly important for us, and many podcasts are, appeal to our emotions. And some podcasts, listen to this, and you will be a better informed person. If I'm the kind of person who wants to be informed, and the podcast promises to inform me, that's a great deal of value for me. So anyone who is building a podcast and trying to build their audience needs to have a good understanding of how the audience gets value.